structure the first time, and you spoke me through it. He said to me, what are your final comments? I said to him, you haven't cut deep enough. He didn't listen to me. I'm sorry, I'm not saying you should listen to him. I'm not saying it's his prerogative. But I said to him, this is not a restructure. This is not, I said to him, this is a restructure, not a redesign.
Yeah.
You need to think about redesign. You need to redesign this thing. Kofi, we've got these operations sitting in country. All of our revenue is generated in Nigeria, Ghana, Zambia, Mozambique, Kenya, Cameroon. That's where our revenue generates. But our by far biggest cost structure sits here in South Africa, with a lease of 200,000 rand a month that we pay on this building. 200,000 rand a month lease on this building. A massive legal team, a massive finance team, a massive everything. And the regions must just cough up. They must find a way of generating the revenue and the profit for us to carry this overhead structure. Oh, and then, by the way, because all of the people who know are all sitting in South Africa, we have to fly them all over the freaking world to go and fix all this shit, excuse my language, that's happening in all the region. Come on. How is this a sustainable
I thought that expression actually in the meeting. You remember it?
Yeah.
I thought that was a poor choice of words. That was absolutely sad.
But that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't make sense.
I think from
I have to, my prediction, and I'm predicting where we're going to land up, because I'm not doing this on my own, by the way. I'm not doing this on my own. My prediction is the biggest change is going to happen in this office.
It will have to.
There's stuff that we need to face. We need to face the tough facts. So here's one of the tough facts we need to talk about. We have a $200,000 rand lease a month here to support the dwindling staff that we stuck with until September 2019, because that's when our lease runs out.
You kidding?
I'm not kidding. September 2019. Our lease runs out September 2019. We've got two options, Kofi. We either go and negotiate with the landlord and see if we can get out of that lease, which we're probably going to have to do. Then we have an operation in Cape Town of 5 people or 6 people or 10 people or whatever the case is, 50,000 rand a month lease there. Why? Do they really have to be in Cape Town? What's in Cape Town? What makes Cape Town different? Why do we run two completely separate infrastructures? We bought that business. It belongs to us. Okay. First tough decision we need to make. Second tough decision we need to make is, why do we have a full-time legal team of 4 people and we spend millions every year on legal consulting costs? It's one of the two, not both. We can't justify running a full-time legal team here and then outsourcing it. So we need to make tough decisions around that. Then we need to look at the rest of this operation here. So what is nice to have and what is essential. So let's take business IQ. It's something that I've been pushing for a long time. And I'm not going to force it down anybody's throat, but the question is it a nice to have or is it essential for our business? If it's not essential for our business, let's relook at it. But no holy cows. Enough holy cows. Enough of this. Don't touch this person, because that person is special. Don't touch that department, because if you touch that department, then I resign. None of that nonsense. I'm finished with that. We can't afford that. We don't have a choice, Kofi. We need to cut. If we go in with the same budget that we're planning to go in for next year, we need to cut $1 million a year out of our operating costs. That's what we need to do. $1 million.
Okay, so we've got a position. This is not a restructuring, like you say. This is a redesign, and we are in survival mode here. We've got to change or die. So
I think that's the way. I think if we go, and that's what people don't understand, and I spoke to Paul about it briefly on his way out. I said to Paul, please don't ever think that I've come in and I'm trying to now take over your business and disregard everything you've done. But if I go back to Ali and the board with something that resembles this, they're going to shut us down.
Yeah.
He's going to look at me, he's going to say, okay, because what you're basically telling me is this business is not sustainable. Thank you very much for trying. You're done. I don't have gratuities and all of that nonsense. I'm out on the street. So I need all of us to do some deep thinking about it. The resistance is going to be massive from people like Anastasia, massive.
That's why I think you've got to.
So I think we start the conversation tomorrow because we have to start this off as an exco. But I think we are going to have, and this is not ideal, this is not the way I usually operate. We're going to have a number of sideline conversations with smaller teams. So I like your thinking. You know the business better than I would ever know.
The operational.
Yeah. So in the operational discussions, it's going to have to be you, me, and Greg from a finance perspective. On the people side, we pull Kanisa into the picture. The board, by the way, has deep respect for Kanisa. I never knew.
Okay.
They have deep respect for her. Okay. They really, really do. Sorry, girlfriend. Just answer this question. I saw you so cool quickly.
Let's go.
Hi, Sky. I'm sorry, ek het net jou oproep gemis. Sal seker so 15 minute ry. Ek het net gou 'n meeting met Kofi. Soos amper klaar. Moet ek iets doen? Nee, laat hulle maar eet, maar ek kom nou. Okay. Okay, skat. Nou weer by. Yeah, so it's we're going to have, the board will support us. Kofi, I honestly believe this. I believe it in my heart of hearts, they will support us. They want to see a sustainable business model, and they will make this work. They will give us everything we need. We just need to show them that. I think if we go in next year, we can do a break even. They'll be very happy, or close to a break even.
Close to break even.
But they're not going to accept us going and saying we're going to bleed another $1 million under the case.
But I think, because you've got to question, we have got to question, that you've got to lead this. Every projection really, really hard. I think we've, for too long, our projections and our budgeting has been about showing a good budget, get it approved, and our delivery is so far off that we lose credibility.
Exactly.
We completely lose credibility.
So it's that's different. Where I'm going to need you again to help me to temper those numbers, because what I've been doing for the past 2 days is having a 1-hour chat with each country MD saying, relook your revenue forecasts, relook your structure. We'll talk again on Thursday. And once that is in, Kofi, I'm going to need you and Greg to sit again. That's back to the three of us. Not trying to exclude anybody, but every conversation we have, straight back to Paul, will be muddled and will be a big mess, and I don't even think that's worth the effort.
On the country MDs, the numbers that were done this time were done by me and them. Okay, so I actually cut the numbers. The numbers were low.
Have you already?
They were lower than the project, what they gave me.
Good.
Numbers were lower than what they gave.
So that's what we need to sit and work with.
Yeah, but we've also got to change our presentation. We've got to change our presentation. I think one of our biggest issues has been how we've presented our numbers to the board, making placement to GDP too high. We've been presenting revenues of, say, 20 million. And then we say direct costs of 20% of 16 million. Gross profit of 4 million. The reality is that this is our revenue. If we actually ring fence the project like it's supposed to be,
I agree with you. This is our
project management fee.
That's our fee that we're giving out of it. This is not the fee we're giving out of it. We're just managing cash.
This is cash that belongs to the project. This is the direct cost of the project. This is AMSCO's management fee.
Exactly.
Okay. Now,